our city was being threatened by random, unmotivated violence.
It didn't appear as though he was looking to stop anytime soon, but it did send real fears throughout our entire city.
And we often talk about the video in the subway system, how much there is and how valuable it is.
Of violent criminals off our streets because of good, old-fashioned police work. And now this man is in custody. We will go about the work of getting justice for his victims, and we will continue the work of keeping every person we serve safe.
A violent criminal off the streets after a string of stabbings in Queens and Brooklyn. The NYPD also catching a suspect accused in 2 other stabbings, one in Manhattan, another in the Bronx.
A search continues today for that suspect in a deadly shooting aboard a train. All of this happening within a week. So joining us now to talk about all of this, NYPD Chief of Transit, Michael Kemper. Chief, great to have you here.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So much to get to, but I want to begin right there with that investigation that continues into the shooting of 45-year-old Richard Henderson. I mean, here's a guy, security guard, worked at a school, was apparently trying to quell some disagreement between a couple of other passengers. How close are you to an arrest? It's my understanding that you were able to locate some surveillance video, perhaps revealing a person of interest. How close are you to making an arrest in it?
So let me start with this. This incident occurred Sunday night in Brooklyn, tragic, where our victim, a 45-year-old, was on a train, got into a verbal argument with another individual, a perp, over someone playing loud music. Yeah. Ridiculous. The perp took out a gun and shot him, and unfortunately, he died as a result. It's tragic, and my condolences personally to our victim's family, but that case is moving along quickly. We have video surveillance capturing our person of interest. That video and the photos were distributed. They're out on our social media platforms. I know your network is airing it, and we urge anyone, and we ask everyone to look at that, and if they knew who that is, to call our Crime Stoppers hotline.
And you especially want to hear from the person that was playing the music, or anybody in that individual train car, right? Because that would help you piece everything together.
Exactly. Everyone that's on that train car is either a witness or a participant.
When you hear something like this happening inside a train car, I mean, all of us collectively, we were just horrified by it. And, you know, it makes you think about the grand scheme of things. You know, I know we talk about subway crime being down. I believe we have that statistic that we can show you, down 2.6%. But yeah. I think the issue here for so many strap hangers, commuters, is perception. Like, how do we win back the trust of commuters, make them feel good about traveling?
And that word perception is probably our biggest challenge when it comes to crime in the subway system. So you're right. Progress has been made. In 2023, crime was down in the subway system. 60 less major crimes in 2023 versus the prior year. We were down in murders, down in rapes, down in robberies, down in grand larcenies, down in shootings. So that's real progress, and progress we're looking to capitalize and move forward with, moving forward into 2024. But perception and fear. You know, if I told you, out of all crime in New York City, 100% of crime in 2023, only 1.8% of all crime occurred in the subway system. Yet when I say that to people, it shocks them. You know, they don't. They're shocked to hear that. But that's a true data point. That's a true fact. But the perception of lawlessness in the subway system is real to many, and we're very mindful of that. And a lot of it has to do with what they see on the news. And certainly when we talk about incidents like this, it doesn't help. And a lot of it has to do, truth be told, when they come into a subway station and they see open acts of lawlessness, whether it's fare evaders, whether it's people smoking in the subway system, acting disorderly, homeless, people with mental health, it scares them. And you know, we're hyper-focused on those quality of life issues, and you know, that is our challenge, improving the perception.
So tell us how you're going to do that. Like, how do you even begin to tackle that? Yeah,
it's a big challenge, but we're up to it. First and foremost, increased uniform presence in the subway system. Our riders like to see uniformed cops in the subway system. I always say, everyone likes to see a cop. Even our harshest critics, believe it or not, like to see a cop. But in the subway system, they really like to see a cop. And our uniform presence has increased in the subway system. And then we have our cops, you know, actively being proactive, you know, and attacking and tackling these acts of lawlessness head on, focusing on these quality of life issues, focusing on the fare evaders, which I need to add are directly related to perception and are directly related to crime. The people that are committing crimes are committing these low-level acts also.
Something else you guys are doing, adding technology. You've talked a little bit about cameras. Has that helped you? What do the cameras help you do? And how do adding cameras make the public perception, feel safer?
So I can't speak more about the value of video surveillance, particularly in the subway system. The network of video in the subway system is vast. There are literally thousands of video cameras throughout the subway system, all the boroughs. A video camera offers a sense of deterrence. If somebody knows that they're on video, they're probably more or less prone to committing an act of a crime. And certainly investigative value. If something were to happen, capturing that act or capturing the image of the perp on video is so important investigatively for our detectives, as these images that you're showing today, they're coming from the video surveillance network in the subway system.
Are there cameras in every subway car? And if not, why not?
Question,
Yeah, that's a great question. So it's a good question because there are cameras in every subway station.
Okay.
I'll give you another data point. 50% of all crime in the subway systems occur on trains, on a train car.
Yeah.
So as of right now, the MTA is making improvements in that area. So their goal is pretty aggressive, and by the end of the year, they want to outfit every subway car with a camera. But there are, this I must say, there are a lot of subway cars right now already affixed with video surveillance.
Well,
that would go a long way.
We know it's a huge job you have. We appreciate you talking to us about all this and all these challenges and also the progress as well. Chief, thanks for coming in.